Hey guys, what's up? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel and being here. I really appreciate it. Tonight, we just did an Infinity draft. Last week on, I think, Saturday, there was the pre-release party, and we had the sealed tournament. Today, draft. And to be honest, I feel like I've had my fill of Infinity. I mean, this is a scoop. I played the first game, lost. Played the second game, or I should say round. For the first round, lost. Second round, won. And for the third round, I played someone who got a bye. And we both decided, you want to just play Commander instead? And we just broke out our Commander decks and played with those. I just gave the other guy the win, and we were happily playing Commander for the rest of the time. And so, I don't know what that says. Well, I kind of do know what that says about Infinity. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I'd rather just play the regular Magic set. I think that was a sentiment for a lot of people. Maybe Infinity could be fun. I thought the sealed format might be better. The draft was it was a little mediocre of a feeling to play. And the deck I drafted, I think it was okay. It was black, green, with a big focus on attractions, visiting attractions and getting the attractions to go off, and then getting sort of extra value off those attractions. And in my second round, that totally worked. But how fun was, the experience? I don't think it was that fun. I found myself a little bit distracted, a little bit restless, maybe bored playing the Infinity draft, and I definitely would have preferred Dominaria to the Infinity. But hey, you gotta do things once at least. So I love playing Magic, but I would say Infinity, not the best time for me. Maybe other people like it a lot more. I don't know. But I'd rather play the regular Magic set. But still, I'm going to be here to share with you the deck that I drafted. So check it out. I'll talk about the cards and how they did for me. And take a look at a little bit of prize support as well. Because, again, there was prizes. And prizes are always good. So let's check out the deck right now. All right. Well, here's something you hope you never hear at a theme park. I would hope I'd never hear this if I ever went to like a Disneyland or something like that. But this card's called An Incident Has Occurred. And then in the background, you see a ride that's broken down. And it's a sorcery for just one in a green that says, choose one or both. Destroy target creature with flying. Destroy target attraction. You may apologize. If you do, you gain 3 life. I think this is pretty good. I didn't sideboard this. This was just in the main because I was afraid of flyers and being Infinity and lots of attractions being out there. I think this is actually decent enough to go in the main deck, and it did use it when it came up, so I'm glad it was there. Chicken Troop is a card that I would say was hardly used. It didn't do a whole lot of anything. It gets you a ticket, but I don't know. I just didn't have a lot of ticket synergies, I felt, so this didn't do much. Petting Zookeeper, this did do a lot because, first of all, when it ETBs, you can open an attraction. That's huge. My deck was all about opening attractions. It's 0-4, so it's really not great, but for defense, and it does have reach, this helped me stabilize against some of the pesky flyers in the format, so I thought it did well. Finishing move was really, really good for me. You get 2 tickets, and you get to put a sticker on a non-land permanent, and you can basically punch a creature because it does damage equal to the power to a creature that you don't control. So really, really nice. Finishing move was very solid for me. Removal card. Down for Repairs, also really nice because you get to remove a card from their hand. You get to pick it. Sometimes it's random. This is not. This is you pick the card, and you get to destroy a target attraction as well. So this is a 2-for-1. Quick Fixer. This was decent decent for 3 mana. Was a menace creature. Doesn't ETB and get you an attraction, but when it hits, it gives you an attraction. That menace kind of helps you do that. This worked a couple times, but it wasn't super consistent. Night Shift of the Living Dead. This was actually very solid for me as well. If you roll a die, you may pay a life. If you do increase or decrease the result by 1. So, and whenever you roll a 6, you get a 2/2 black zombie employee creature token. A lot of value in this card, and a lot of sort of dice fixing, since my deck was all about going to attractions. Being able to manipulate the dice roll in my favor was huge. Really good card. Wolf in Blank's Clothing. When this creature ETBs, you may put a name sticker on it. When you do, up to X target creatures get -1/-1 till end of turn, where X is the number of unique vowels on that sticker. So, at first I thought they would get -1/-1 for every vowel, but I read it wrong the first time. It's just however many X is however many creatures you get to target with that -1/-1 until the end of turn. So this actually was good. I played against someone that played robots, 1/1 robots, or clown robots, or whatever those things are, and this was able to help with that for sure. I got 2 of those. Soul Swindler. This was probably my best overall card. It says that, first of all, when ETBs, you can open an attraction, but if you visit an attraction, this 5/3 is indestructible, and that was really tough for many of my opponents to deal with. Having 2 was really good. Scooch is a funny card. The only thing I wanted to do was scooch someone's life total from 1 to nothing, and I did that. I have 2 scooches in order for that to happen, and I was actually able to pull it off, so I was pretty happy about that. That was a lot of fun for me, not for the other player, obviously. Deadbeat Attendant was great. There was another card that someone else was looking to build an attractions commander deck for, so I gave it away. But I had a number of black creatures that opened attractions. This deck was all about attractions, of course, so that was great. Vegetation Abomination. Death Touch 2/2. Pretty cool. And then you can sack it to gain life on a 6-sided die. That's cool. Blorbian Buddy. Not a whole lot here. You can tap it to get a ticket. Has Trample as a 1/1. You really have to pump this guy up. I didn't do that very much, so didn't do a whole lot for me. Line Cutter was great. Only got to play it once, but when I did, I rolled a 6, and I got to visit all my attractions again. I thought Wicker Picker was decent. You could pay 1 and get a sticker, and then put a sticker on a permanent. Got 2 of those. This is the card that took me the longest to resolve all the time. Killer Cosplay. This is wild. Whenever Killer Cosplay becomes attached to a creature, choose creature card named with an identical mana cost. So if it was like, say, 4 and a black, you needed to find another creature within the history of the game that, costs 4 and a black. That creature becomes a copy of the card with a chosen name until Killer Cosplay becomes unattached from it. I was furiously trying to look on my phone for whatever I could do to get a creature that was going to help me. It was just a frustrating experience trying to think of all these things, because it's not only like if your creature cost like 4 and a black, you had to look for a creature that was 4 and a black. And then if that wasn't something you could use, then you could try something else, maybe 1 in a black or 1 in a green or 2 in a green. Whatever it was, you'd have to look it up. So it was not an easy card to use, and I feel like it kind of was a time waster, unfortunately. But had I known, if I had like a knowledge base in my mind of every Magic card ever, then I think this probably would have worked a lot better for me. Black Hole is the other rare. It's a removal. I don't think it's that great for 4. You can destroy target creature and then up to X other creatures, where X is the number of attractions you visited this turn. So for me, it was like up to 4 creatures could be destroyed with this. Not bad, but I would say it was just medium. Nothing to write home about, as they say. Okay, there is something to write home about, though, and it is... Let's see if I can pull it over. Check it out. It's Boseiju Who Endures. And this is, I think, the alternate art, the full art one. Gorgeous card. I actually got this in my prize pack. I told the guy over there, his name's Harry. I said, Harry, just pick whatever. Picked a pack of Kamigawa for me, and look at what came out. Also got an Eater of Virtue, so it was totally worth it in the end. So there we have it. Hopefully we'll be back to Dominaria next week. That would be my preference, but we'll see. Appreciate you watching the video. I'll see you next time.